My name is Martha. I am an older woman now, and I am a grandmother. I have a lovely granddaughter. Her name is Lily. At this moment, Lily is playing happily. I can hear her sweet voice in our home. She is a wonderful, bright child. Lily brings much joy to my daily life. She is like sunshine for me, warm and bright. Our life today is very peaceful. It is a quiet life, full of simple happiness. We live together in a calm and loving home. I feel very content and thankful for this peace. But our life was not always like this. No, it was very different in the past. For many years, our life was very hard. There were many worries. There were many sad days and sleepless nights. It was a difficult time for me and for my family. That is why I want to tell this story. It is the story of my dear daughter, Clara. Clara is Lily's mother. This story about Clara is a painful one for me to tell. It is hard to remember some parts, even now. The memories still bring a little sadness. It is a story about love, because love was at the center of it. But sometimes love can be very complicated. Sometimes the people we love make choices that bring pain. This story is also about mistakes. Clara was young then, and she made some big mistakes. We all make mistakes in life, but some mistakes are bigger than others. Some mistakes can change your life for a long, long time. This story is also about being strong. Clara had to find her own strength. As her mother, I also had to be strong. It shows how people can find great strength even in very difficult situations. It is important to learn from our mistakes and to find a way to keep going. As Clara's mother, I played an important part in this story. I had to make some very hard choices. I fought for Clara. I want to be very clear when I say this. I was not fighting against my daughter. I loved her more than words can say. I have always loved her, and I always will. My fight was for her future. My fight was for her happiness. I believed she deserved a good, happy life. Everything I did, every difficult word I sometimes had to say, it was because I wanted what was best for her. I wanted her to be safe. I wanted her to be well, both in her body and in her heart. My biggest wish was for her to find true happiness, happiness that lasts. This story will explain everything that happened during that hard time. It will show the difficult road we all traveled. It was a journey with many tears, but also one of learning and growing. I hope by telling this story, others can understand a mother's love and her difficult fight. It is about how our family faced a big problem and tried to heal. 2. A new job and a new man. My daughter, Clara, was young then. She was about 24 years old. She was full of life and happy. She found a new job in an office. Clara was very excited about this job. It was a good start for her. Clara loved her new job at first. She enjoyed learning new things. She liked her colleagues. The office was busy and she felt important. Soon, she started to talk about her boss. His name was David. "Mum, he is wonderful," Clara told me. "He is so clever and very funny. He helps me learn my job." Clara talked about David every day. When she spoke about him, her eyes looked bright and happy. She said he understood her work problems. She said he was a great boss. She told me stories about the office. Many stories were about David. "David told a funny joke today, Mum," she would say, or "David praised my report. He said I learn fast." She admired his ideas. She admired how he managed the team. He seemed perfect in her stories. I listened to Clara. I wanted Clara to be happy in her job, but this felt different. Her voice changed when she said his name. I started to feel a little worried. Why did she talk about her boss so much? It felt like more than just work. It was a small feeling at first, like a little cloud in a sunny sky. Was she just impressed by her boss? Or was it becoming something more personal? I hoped it was just admiration for a good manager. But a mother often feels things deep down. Then, Clara started coming home late from work. One evening, she came home much later than usual. Her cheeks were pink and she looked very happy, but also quiet, like she had a secret. "Where were you, Clara?" I asked her gently. "Oh, just working late, Mum," she said quickly. David needed help with a big project. She smiled, but her eyes didn't meet mine. Working late happened more often. Sometimes it was 2 nights a week, then 3. The late nights became a pattern. Sometimes she called to say she would be late. Other times she just arrived home hours after her usual time. She always looked tired but strangely energetic too. Clara always said it was work. She always mentioned David. She stopped telling me much about her day, only short answers. "Work was busy," she would say. The secret started to build like a wall between us. My small worry grew bigger. It became a heavy feeling in my heart. Was it really just work? Or was something else happening between my daughter and her boss? My feeling of unease grew stronger every day. 3. The big secret. Martha watched Clara carefully over the next few weeks. Her daughter still came home late many nights. She always said it was work with David. Sometimes Clara looked so happy, her eyes shining. Other times she was quiet, lost in her thoughts. Martha felt a deep worry in her heart. It was a feeling that something was not right. She knew she could not wait any longer. She had to ask her daughter the truth. One quiet Saturday afternoon, the house was peaceful. Martha made tea, and they sat together at the kitchen table. Martha looked at Clara's face. She seemed happy today, but there was still something secret in her eyes. "Clara," Martha started softly, her voice gentle, "can we talk about your boss, David?" Clara looked up from her cup, a little surprised. "David? What about him, Mum?" Martha took a deep breath. This was difficult. "I need to ask you something, dear. Is there something happening between you two? Something more than just work friends?" Clara did not answer immediately. She looked down at the table, at her hands holding the warm cup. Her shoulders dropped a little. She was quiet for a long moment. Then she slowly looked up at her mother. Her eyes were wet with tears. "Yes, Mum," she whispered. Her voice was small. "There is something. I think I love him very much." Martha felt her heart sink deep inside her chest. It was like a heavy stone. This was the secret she was afraid of finding. She tried hard to keep her voice calm and kind. "Oh, Clara," she said gently. She remembered that photo she saw by accident on Clara's phone weeks ago. David smiling with a woman and 2 children who looked like teenagers. "But Clara, David is married, is not he? Does not he have a wife and a family?" Tears started to roll down Clara's cheeks now. She nodded slowly. "Yes, Mum, he is married," she cried quietly. "I know that, but please understand it is not a happy marriage. He told me everything. His wife does not understand him. He says she is cold and they do not talk anymore." Clara looked straight at Martha, her eyes full of hope and sadness. "We have something different, Mum. It is special. He says I am the only person who really knows him. He loves me, Mum. He told me he loves me many times." She truly believed every word David said. Martha felt a cold fear spread through her. This situation was so complicated and dangerous. "Clara, please listen to me," she said seriously, leaning forward. "This is not a good path. He has a family. He made promises to his wife, to his children. Think about them." She reached across the table and took Clara's hand. It felt small in hers. "I am so worried you will get hurt, my dear. These affairs, they rarely end well. Someone always feels terrible pain, and often it is the person who is waiting for promises." Clara pulled her hand away slowly. She looked sad, but also determined. She did not want to hear her mother's warning. Promises and lies. Clara often talked to Martha about David. She told Martha about David's promises. "Mum, David says he will leave his wife for me," Clara said. Her eyes looked hopeful. He says it will be soon. He just needs a little more time. Clara explained that David said it was hard because of his children. He did not want to hurt them. David told Clara many things. He says I am very special to him, Clara shared. He tells me I am the only person who makes him feel happy and alive. Clara truly believed him. She also told Martha, David says we will have a good future together. We will have a real life, just him and me. Martha listened to Clara. She saw the hope in her daughter's eyes. But Martha did not trust David. She thought his words were just words, easy to say. In her heart, Martha felt that David was not telling the truth. She knew that married men often made promises they did not keep. They rarely left their families for another woman. Martha worried very much for Clara. Clara's life started to change a lot. It became full of secrets. She was always waiting for David. She often came home late from work. I was working late with David, she would say. But Martha knew it was not always about work. Clara made secret phone calls in her room. She spoke quietly so no one could hear. Sometimes Clara went away for the weekend. She told Martha she was going with her friends. But Martha knew Clara was really meeting David. Their town was small. Martha worried that people would see them together and start to talk. Clara was living a secret life. Martha watched her daughter. Sometimes Clara looked very happy after seeing David. Her eyes would shine. But other times, Clara was sad and worried. Waiting for David was hard work. She was often stressed. Martha saw that Clara was becoming thinner. The happy sparkle in her eyes was often not there. Instead, Martha saw worry. Martha tried to talk to Clara again. Clara, my dear, she said one day, how long will you wait for him? This is not a good life for you. Clara became angry. Mum, you don't understand, she shouted. You don't know David like I do. He needs me. Please stop judging him. They started to argue more often. These arguments made Martha very sad. It hurt her to see Clara so unhappy and angry. Clara started to pull away from her mother. She did not share her feelings like before. Martha felt a distance growing between them. She missed her close relationship with her daughter. Martha felt helpless. She could only watch and worry as Clara continued her secret life with David. 5. Waiting and worry. Clara's feelings changed often, like the weather. Some days she felt very happy and full of hope. She thought about David and the wonderful future he promised. She smiled a lot on these days, but on other days she was full of worry and fear. She felt a deep anxiety in her heart. Waiting for David to make a decision was very hard. He promised many things, but he was still with his wife. Clara spent many hours just thinking and waiting. She checked her phone constantly. Was David going to call? Was he going to send a message? Was he going to leave his wife soon? This constant waiting made her very tired, and sometimes she could not eat properly. Martha saw Clara's changing moods. She worried about her daughter very much. Martha tried to talk to Clara gently about her concerns. She said this secret situation was not good for Clara's health or future. Martha was concerned for Clara's well-being and happiness, but Clara did not want to listen. She often became defensive and angry. "You don't understand him, Mum," Clara said loudly. "He really loves me. He just needs more time." They argued often. Clara felt Martha was judging David unfairly. Martha felt Clara could not see the truth. These arguments made them both sad. Martha wanted to help, but Clara pulled away from her. It was a difficult time for their relationship. Martha also worried about what people in their town might say. Their town was not very big, and many people knew each other. Martha felt anxious when she went out, like to the shops. She thought people might be talking about Clara and David. Secrets were hard to keep for long in a small community. She worried about gossip. What if people whispered about Clara when she walked by? What if this secret damaged Clara's reputation? Martha did not want people to say bad things about her daughter. She felt shame, even though it was not her secret. She feared Clara would be hurt by unkind words from others. The secret affair affected the whole family deeply. There was a lot of strain in their home. The house was not as happy as it used to be. Martha felt stressed all the time. She could not sleep well at night because her mind was always full of worries about Clara. She thought about Clara constantly and prayed for a good solution. The happy, light atmosphere in their family was disappearing. This long period of waiting and constant worry was hard for everyone involved. The secret was like a dark cloud over their lives, making everything feel heavy and sad. Martha hoped things would change for the better soon, but she did not know how. 6. A baby on the way. One evening, Clara came to Martha. She looked very unwell. Her face was pale and she was shaking. Tears were on her face. Martha knew something was seriously wrong. "What is it, dear?" Martha asked softly, full of concern. Clara cried and could not speak at first. Martha held her daughter close. Finally, Clara whispered the difficult words, "Mum, I'm pregnant." Martha held Clara tightly. The news was a shock. Many worries filled her mind about Clara's future, but Clara was her daughter and she needed her mother's support now. "Oh, Clara," she said gently. After a moment, Martha asked the important question, "Does David know about the baby?" Clara nodded slowly. "Yes," she replied quietly. "I told him last night when he called." Martha waited. "And what did he say to you?" she asked. A little hope appeared in Clara's eyes. "He was very surprised," Clara explained. "But then he said this changes everything for us. He told me that now, with a baby coming, he will definitely leave his wife. He promised, Mum. He said it was for us, for our baby." Clara looked at Martha, wanting her to believe his new promise. Martha listened carefully. She wanted to believe David's words for Clara. She wanted her daughter to be happy. But deep in her heart, Martha doubted him. He made promises before and did not keep them. Weeks passed, then 1 month, then 2. Clara's pregnancy started to show. David still visited Clara sometimes. He brought small gifts like flowers. He talked about their future together. But David did not leave his wife. He was still married. He always had a new excuse. "It's very difficult right now," he said. "Things are more complicated with the baby." Another time, he told Clara, "My wife is asking questions. I need to be careful." Then he said, "It's better to wait until after the baby is born. Then things will be calm." Each excuse made Clara's heart feel heavier. His reasons always delayed his promise. With every excuse, Clara's hope got smaller. The bright hope she felt when David promised to leave for the baby started to fade. She cried more often. Sometimes she cried quietly in her room. The sadness was big. Even when David visited and said nice things, Clara felt very alone. His words about their future sounded empty. She was carrying his child, but felt more lost. The waiting continued, filled with more sadness than hope. 7, the hard truth, weeks passed. David made more promises, but he stayed with his family. Clara felt tired of waiting. The baby inside her was growing. She needed answers. She felt confused and sad. David said he loved her, but his actions were different. Hope was small now. One Saturday afternoon, Clara felt she could not wait anymore. She needed to see something, maybe understand something. It was a sudden idea, a bad idea. Martha told her not to go near his house, but Clara did not listen this time. She got into her car and drove towards David's part of town. Her hands were shaking on the steering wheel. She parked her car down the street from his house. She walked slowly, staying near some trees. Then she saw him. David was in his front garden. He was not alone. His wife was with him. They were talking and laughing together. He smiled at her, a real, happy smile. He put his arm around her shoulders in a comfortable way. Their 2 children were playing nearby. They looked like a picture from a magazine, a happy family enjoying a sunny afternoon. Nothing looked wrong. Nobody looked sad or unhappy. Clara stood there, hidden by the trees. Her legs felt weak. It was like watching a movie, but it was real life. David's life. His real life. The life he was not leaving. He looked happy. He looked comfortable. He was not the sad man he described to Clara. He was not trapped. He lied. He lied about everything. He did not want to leave his wife. He wanted 2 lives, his family life and his secret life with her. Clara felt a deep pain in her chest. Her heart was broken into many small pieces. Tears ran down her face, hot and fast. She turned around quietly and walked back to her car. She drove home, but she did not see the road clearly through her tears. She went straight to her mother. She could not speak at first, only cry. Martha held her close. She did not ask questions. She did not say, "I told you so." Martha was just there, warm and strong. She let Clara cry. After a long time, Clara spoke. Her voice was quiet and full of pain. "He lied, Mum. He is happy there. He lied about everything." Martha held her tighter. "I know, my dear," she said softly. "I am here for you, always." In her mother's arms, Clara felt a small new feeling growing under the sadness. It was anger, but also strength. She thought about her baby. She had to be strong now. She could not live like this anymore, waiting for lies. With Martha sitting beside her for support, Clara picked up her phone. Her hand shook, but she made the call. When David answered, Clara took a deep breath. Her voice was not loud, but it was firm. "David," she said, "it's over. I cannot do this anymore. I saw you today. I understand now." David started to speak, maybe make excuses, but Clara stopped him. "Do not call me again," she said. "I need to think about my baby now, not your promises." Then she ended the call. She put the phone down and cried again. But this time the tears felt different. They were sad, yes, but they were also washing something away. She felt a little bit free. 8. A new start. Clara felt stronger after seeing the truth. She knew she had to end things with David. Her mother, Martha, stayed close and offered support. Clara called David. Her voice was quiet but firm. "David, it is finished," she told him. "I cannot do this anymore. Do not call me again. I must think about my baby now, not your empty promises." She ended the call and cried. These tears were sad, but they also brought a feeling of freedom. David tried to contact Clara many times after that call. He sent text messages too, but Clara did not reply. Martha helped her daughter stay strong. Together, they blocked David's phone number. Clara needed a completely new beginning. She decided to leave her job. Later, she found a different job in another place. It was important for her to be far away from David and the past. The difficult time brought Clara and Martha closer. They stopped arguing. They spent many hours talking quietly. Clara told Martha about all her feelings, the love she felt, the hope she had, the deep hurt, and the anger. Martha listened with kindness. She did not say, "I told you so." She just offered her love and understanding. They started to prepare for the baby's arrival. They painted a small room in the house a bright, happy yellow. This would be the nursery. They went shopping together for baby things. They bought small clothes, soft blankets, and a little bed. Preparing for the baby made them feel happy and hopeful. Martha watched Clara carefully during this time. She saw her daughter becoming stronger each day. Clara was making good choices for herself and her child. Then the special day came. The baby was born. It was a healthy baby girl. Clara named her Lily. Lily was beautiful, with tiny hands and feet. When Martha held her new granddaughter, her heart felt full of love. Lily was like sunshine after a long storm. She represented a fresh start for all of them. Clara was a natural mother. She took wonderful care of Lily. Seeing Clara holding her baby, smiling and gentle, Martha knew her daughter would be okay. Clara was finding her own happiness now, a happiness that did not come from David. Today, life is peaceful. Martha, Clara, and little Lily live together in their cozy house. The house is filled with Lily's happy laughs, not with secrets or tears. Clara is about 28 years old now. She works part-time at a job she enjoys. She is a fantastic mother. David is not part of their lives anymore. He is just a memory. Clara is more careful with her heart now, but she is happy and open. Sometimes, Martha still sees a shadow of the past sadness in Clara's eyes, but it quickly disappears. It does not control her life. Martha remembers the painful fight. It was hard to watch Clara hurting, but they came through it all. They were strong together. Martha often watches Clara reading a story to Lily. Yes, life is good now. They have each other. They have love. They are a family. This new beginning is everything.